Hey y'all, hey Kim, and I'm not going to do that all night. I'm not going to say hey to everybody all night long, but anyway, I'm so glad you guys are joining me, and I'm sure there'll be more that will hop on after this is over. And I got to tell you, I am nervous about this. I don't know how my daughter does this every week, gets on and acts a complete goofball. I admire her for it. I think it's cool. So anyway, I just wanted to start out a little just by saying happy first day of spring. Yay! It's finally here. Hopefully our weather will act like spring pretty soon. And I wanted to start with a scripture. I'm not going to do this every time, but I just felt it was appropriate during these crazy times that we're living in right now. I'm just going to tell you, there is no price tag on peace, in my opinion. You know, all these commercials will say lunch with your granddaughter at whatever. Peace is priceless. It's just priceless. And so I've actually posted this on my wall the other day, but it's John 14:27. I am leaving you with a gift of peace of mind and heart, and the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. Okay, there's a couple of things I see in that, and one is he's giving me a peace of mind and of heart. It's two different things. I feel like that's saying that my destination, where I'm going, I can have peace in that. But I feel, and that's my heart, but he's saying you can have peace in your mind as well. And I feel like that is, while we're on this destination to get there, no matter what it is that we're facing, he's providing us with peace for our minds. And the other thing I see there is that he says he's giving it, he said, so don't be troubled or afraid. If he's telling us to not do that, then we have the option. And so I'm going to choose to not be troubled or afraid. I'm going to choose peace because there's nothing like it. My son and his wife in England are doing this concert every day, and he points out to have hope over fear. And I think that's such a great saying. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. I know we're all here together, right? So recently I put a challenge out to my team to do a card sketch challenge. And the last big card class that I did, every one of the cards, and I'll show it to you real quick, every one of the cards that we did was based off of this card sketch design. You can see how you have paper on one side and then something on the other. So tonight's card that I'm going to do using the tulips, the timeless tulips, is going to be in that same design basically. Not basically, it is. See, all of these cards were different, but yet it's using that same card sketch design. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with it. And this is the card that I made today, and this is what I'm going to make tonight. Only I'm going to step it up a couple times. I'm going to add a little bit to it, and then I'm going to add a lot to it. And I'm going to show you this too. I'm excited. This was yesterday's video, right? This is Saturday's video. Is that not super cute? I love it. And look at that lace that's on there. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put my hand over the camera, and I'm going to put it in place so that you don't get sick while I do that, okay? Hold on. All right, so we're going to use the same, this is Purple Posy, and this is new paper that I actually got from the celebration. Can you guys see it? I don't feel like you can. There we go. Okay. This is the vellum that I got from Celebration. It comes in the Purple Posy. It comes in the Pool Party. And then you can also get it in the Sea Foam Spray. And even though it's vellum, I'm finding it pretty easy to be able to secure it in place. I tried it once using snail, and you could see it on the back side. But if you just take your glue and do it lightly across the back with a really fine hand, you can just put it down in place, and it won't even show in the back, especially if you give it a little belly rub there. Okay, so I'm going to use Highland Heather and Pear Pizzazz. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to rock your world. There's got to be a better way to do this, and I'm going to figure it out. So I'm going to use the little stem, and I'm just going to come in like this right about here. And I'm okay, totally okay with going off of the page. I'm bringing in the leaf, and I'm just gonna, this is hard to do when you can't get your head over it. Like this. That's the first one I actually got right because I can't really see them. Eesh. See if I can match that up. Pretty close. Okay, now I'm gonna bring in the Highland Heather, and this time, instead of stamping directly on here with my larger tulip, I'm actually going to stamp it onto a separate piece of paper. Y'all, I got one of the prettiest get well cards from Dorothy when I was sick back a while ago. And she used the tulip punch, and it was so pretty. I loved it. You know what I'm going to do real quick first? I'm going to do the other leaf. And I'm going to punch that leaf out. Sorry, guys. I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. Now, one thing I like to do is I like to look at my punch first and see if you, can you see that? I like to see the positioning of the punch before I actually do my stamping. And I can see that the punch, the leaf is over here on the left. Oh gosh, I just put that in purple ink. I don't want a purple leaf, y'all. Sorry. It's a lot different doing these things live than it is recording them, because I can cut out all my goofs and stuff when I'm recording. All right, so now I'm just gonna bring it in with a punch, line it up, and when I'm doing a punch, I kind of like to just clamp down on it just slightly and get it where I want, and then I can actually rotate it if I need to. But positioning it like this, I had very little waste that way, just this little piece right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the tulip inside here. I'm gonna waste some, but it's okay. Hopefully you can see it. I cannot see what you're seeing. There we go. All right, so I'm not gonna put it on yet because I still want to do the smaller tulip, and I am going to put it, I think I'm gonna put it right here. Just right in there like that. Don't you just love the texture in that? I've actually seen some people that have taken, we have these little finger sponges, and they've taken other colors and they've colored onto the stamp itself, and then they were able to get like two tones from it, and it turns out really pretty. I'm going to use the rest of my dimensionals here, the bones of it. Just put this in place right here like this. So this is taking it up just a little bit of a notch from being just straight up simple stamping. This is considered simple stamping because the only thing it is ink and paper. So this is bringing it up just a notch because I'm actually using a punch, and I'm attaching a little bit more to it. So I'm actually going to put my hello on a small piece here. Again, it's kind of hard to do when you can't see it. I keep looking under at the screen of my phone to see if you can see it or not. And then I'm just trimming it off like that. I don't think I got that very even. There we go. All right, and just put a little dimensional behind that. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions or anything like that, I would love to hear them. As I said, I can't really see what you're saying or doing right now, but I will answer them in a bit. Okay, so we're going to put that there, and then I'm going to take my, I don't have my bone folder handy, but if you just take your block, I do this a lot. If I don't have my bone folder close by, I just go ahead and crease it like that. Okay, now I could take some ribbon and come across here. I'm not going to fancy it up quite that much this time. And I can see that this is a little larger than it needs to be, so I'm just going to go back on the back side of it and I'll trim it. Just trim it off just like that. If life's problems were as easy to fix as paper problems, right? All right, there we go. And always make sure that you're putting it on in the right direction. I was making a card just the other day. I got it all the way put on, and then I realized that I had put it on to where it was opening this way instead of that. Very frustrating. All right, now I do have this one little leaf that I thought I would just kind of bring in here somewhere just to add a little bit of dimension to it. I'm going to pop that up on a dimensional too. I love our dimensionals. My granddaughter, she will craft with me occasionally. Let's see, how do I want that to go? I think I might even put it here where I didn't get that stamped very well. There we go. And I think the last thing I will do on that is just to add some pearls to it. Let's see if I can manage to pick them up without chasing them all over the paper. Lately, that has been the thing, and I think it's because our humidity level in Georgia has been crazy with all the rain that we've gotten. I always like to do my embellishments in threes because it just seems to add a little bit more to it. Okay, so now you can see how that one is just kind of stepped up just a notch, right? Okay, so now we're going to do another one, only this time I'm going to do it. This is Pool Party. I love this color. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Let me close that purple Highland Heather so I don't accidentally stamp with it. And let me clean my stamps real quickly to make sure I don't cross-contaminate. I don't know if you guys have a chamois or not. If you've ever done any stamping, this chamois is amazing. It really allows you, now it looks disgusting. It comes, when you get it, it's a pretty purple, about this color. And then once you start using it to clean your stamps off, it really becomes a right mess. But it works so well. And I've had the same one for almost 2 years now. Okay, so this is my Pool Party paper. I'm gonna go ahead and, there's my big bone folder. I'm gonna go ahead and just crease that. Some people don't care about using bone folders. I like to because it gives it a nice professional crease to it. This is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and it's scored at 4 1/4. And you can get, if you know our paper comes in 8.5 by 11, you can get 2 cards out of each page, each card stock piece that you get. And typically you can do your layers, in one of 2 ways. And I do it in both ways. Most of the time I will do it in 1/4 inch increments further down. So like I said that this was 4 1/4 by 5.5. Well, this is actually 4 by 5 1/4. But you can do them in 1/8 inch increments as well. And you'll see that in my videos and stuff that I do that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on using my liquid glue. I go through the glue only because I do a lot of crafting. And I'm loving it now that I'm like at home a lot. I'm really enjoying it. It's good therapy. I'm actually thinking about starting to do card classes to go. So, you know, if you don't live in the same town as me or whatever, I can offer different type things that you could participate. And you could actually watch a video, or you could see a PDF or whatever and learn how to do the same projects and stuff that I'm doing. And if you have the stamp set, you wouldn't have to buy that, but you could just purchase the PDF and then I would send you all the card kits that went with it. Or if you wanted to be a part of a stamp club and actually get the stamp set to go with it, that you could do that as well. Is that Pool Party? Yeah. I don't like the way that looks. Let me try that. Maybe I had some purple on there. Let me clean it one more time. Okay. That's better. Much better. Okay. Just put it right down here. I'm going to flip this over and do my other leaf. If I can figure out what I did with it. There it is. Is everybody staying sane with the quarantines? I am naturally an introvert, so I actually don't mind being alone. It doesn't bother me to be quarantined at home. I actually kind of enjoy it a little bit, but I don't know if I would enjoy it forever. All right, I know what I'm going to do that one again because it's hard for me to get in there that way, so hold on. I didn't practice what I preached. I should have looked at the punch. There we go. That works. So just go in here like this and just punch that puppy out like that. Have you guys been seeing the concerts that Rue Royale has been doing? I am quite proud of my kids for doing that. It's really a different world where they're at, and they're so close to the European continent that they have a lot of friends that are really being devastated by this thing. They're really severely being impacted by this virus, and so I love that they are doing this and lifting the spirits of their friends in Italy and all that. I think it's wonderful. Okay, gonna go ahead and stamp my sentiment here on this little strip. This little strip is a 1/2 inch wide. Basically what this is, you know, when you cut, you can get 4 pieces of this size, 4 by 5 1/4 from 1 piece of cardstock. So when you're trimming it, this is one of the strips that end up get left over. It's leftover pieces. There we go. And it's perfect for doing things like this, for your sentiments. Okay, now before I go too much farther, I'm actually going to, I like to put ribbon on things. I'm a ribbon girl. Dorothy would tell you I'm a layers girl. She kind of laughs at me because my cards have lots of layers, but I love it. It brings interest to me. It's fun. And she's just playing with me. I know she likes my cards. There we go. I like to put a glue dot in the center there just to kind of hold it in place. Can you still see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. I have to peek up under there at the camera every now and then. All right, so now I'm just gonna clip off here. I prefer to do it this way rather than wrapping it around. Not that this is very thick, because it's not, but you don't have to use as much when you do it this way. So I'm just pull it around and pull it tight right there. And I'll end up making a bow for it as well. Okay, so that is a little wonky. Okay, that works. All right, so now let's do our stem. I think I might like it better. Yeah, I like it better with the larger one on the left-hand side. So I'm just gonna bring it down like this. And I'll bring another one in over here. Then I'm gonna do my leaf, or my leaves. And you can turn them in either direction. I know what's wrong. I should have put my my piercing mat out, because this is a photopolymer stamp set and it really does stamp better if you have that mat under it, but I didn't. I forgot about it. There we go. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna need for the green, the pear pizzazz. So I'm gonna put that away. And then I'm just gonna bring in my small little flower and put it right in here. Sorry. I'm gonna come up with a better situation than what I'm using. Although it's supposed to be a really good holder, but if you bump it, it rocks your world. All right, isn't that a pretty color? Pool party is so pretty. All right, I'm gonna put a dimensional under here. Let's see how I wanna do this. I think maybe like that. And I'll put dimensionals under hello. I thought I would start my first Facebook Live off with a fairly simple card, but I could show you how you can dress it up and dress it down. Before I go much further with that, I'm going to take my ribbon. Let's see. It's still a little wonky to me. See if I can scoot it over just a wee bit. There we go. Okay, I've got two places I can put my ribbon. I can put a ribbon down in here, or I can put one right in here. I'm kind of thinking about wanting to go in here somewhere, but I don't know yet. All right, let me look at my sentiment. You can see the wheels turning, right? All right, that's what I'll just do that. I'll just put that in there like that. And I'm just gonna do a bow. And so what you do is you take your bunny ear, you take another bunny ear. You see my hands? Yeah, okay. And then you just tuck it through the loop. Right in there. And then just pull it tight. Like that. It's like tying your shoe, but it's without doing that first knot thing that you have to do. And then you just tighten it up, and then you keep fiddling with it until you get it the size that you want it to be. At my classes, so much of the time, the ladies will have me do their bow for them. They're like, Vicki, we need you to do our bow. Okay, now I'm taking a glue dot, and I'm just gonna, I rolled it up, I'm sticking it on the back. Now I just have to decide where I'm gonna put it. See, I was saying I could put it like that. That would be really cute. Or I could put it over here. I think it's gonna be cute like that. Just like that. And I don't usually cut the tails off until I get it secured onto the page, because that way you have a little bit of a tautness about it, so you're able to pull it a little tighter that way. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this onto the back. Whoops. There is so many more ways that you could fancy this up. I mean, you could do embossing, like heat embossing. That's fun. And this is kind of embossed. It is actually, this vellum is embossed, and it's, I love it. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, and now the other thing I'm going to show you to step it up just another step is I'm taking Pool Party stamping blends. And I'm going to take my pearls here, and I'm going to show you how to go about just coloring your pearls in, how you can create pearls to be a different color. Super, super easy. You just take your stamping blend, which has an alcohol base to it. Just color it like that. I usually do a couple coats on it, especially if it's a light color. I'll let it dry pretty quickly. And then just go up under it. I'm gonna use my scissors because it's been so humid here lately that I end up chasing it all over the place. All right, so we'll bring in one, doggone it, like that. I tried to do a video the other day, and I had to edit out a bunch of it because I had my paper piercer, and I'm going like this, and I'm just scooting it all over the place. I couldn't pick it up. It was the craziest thing. So I'm not going to subject you guys to that, so I'm just going to pick it up with the scissors instead. And it's still giving me trouble. Laugh with me, not at me, please. Okay. What do you think? Let me get this out from under it, and then maybe you can see all the difference. All right, so here is my simple card. Pretty simple, huh? This one I stepped it up just a little bit, and this one I stepped it up a bit more. And see how easy that was? Just using a stamp set and a punch and a little bit of embellishments here and there. The only thing that this one is the only one that completely goes along with that card sketch that I showed you, which I don't know where it's at now. I don't know, here it is. It's the only one that has stayed true to it in that it has this line across the front here. But it's the same general design. And basically all I did was I cut this 2 1/4 inches to fit on here. And then you can do a piece of paper, or you can do ribbon or whatever to create that separation. But I didn't do it here, and it's still a beautiful card. So anyway, that is my card for today. Hold on a second. I'm going to put you back where I can see you. Hold on one second. Okay, so there you go. That's my cards for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, or if you're not currently a stamper but you have interest in becoming a stamper, I would love to help you. Excuse me. I'd love to help you get started. And as I mentioned before, I'm looking at doing online classes, to-go classes, and especially during this quarantine time where we're not allowed really to get out too much and get out about in front of a lot of people. I would love to send you the supplies to be able to make a card, or any cards. And everybody who commented today is going to go into a drawing, and I'm going to send you something. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to send you something. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and keep your peace, people. Keep your peace. Hope over fear. Take care, y'all.